Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests and non-guest Toastmasters. I have a question for you all, and that is, how many of you are in a relationship? Raise your hand. Okay, nice. Notice I didn't ask what kind of relationship, and I'd actually argue that all of your hands should have gone up. And that's because I believe that we are all in the most important relationship that we will ever be in, and that is the one with ourselves. I do know, however, that so many relationships, such as the ones with our family, with our friends, and best of yet, with our romantic partners, can make us feel like a better version of ourselves and just really strengthen that relationship with self. Some of you, almost 2 years ago now, attended my icebreaker speech. And in that speech, I introduced you to Rodney. Rodney was the sexiest, funniest, most charismatic guy that I had ever met. And when he became my partner, we grew a life together, we built a connection, and we shared lots and lots of love. I remember how happy I felt knowing that I had this amazing partner by my side. That relationship made me a better person, and I just showed up so much better than I had ever before. I also, because of that confidence that I had in that relationship, strengthened my relationship with myself. So when he passed, it not only broke my heart to lose my partner, but challenged me because now I was back in that relationship with myself and only myself, without Rodney by my side. A few days later, I tried to go to class, and I was sitting in lecture, and I remember just bawling throughout lecture. I stood after class and spoke with my professor, and I remember him looking at me and saying, "What are you doing here?" But then he said, actually I have a book for you. Follow me to my car, and I would like to give it to you. So I did, and on the way over, he shared a story about a personal loss. He handed me the book, and to be honest with you, I put that book on a bookshelf and didn't pick it up for months later. Throughout my grieving process, I, after a few months, realized that I needed to start changing the way that I was thinking about this situation. I needed to strengthen and redevelop that relationship with myself. Funny enough, one day I picked up that book, and it was exactly what I needed in that moment. And it actually kick-started this journey where in those next 3 months, I read so many books, all centered around understanding myself, strengthening my relationship with myself, challenging my thoughts, understanding my feelings, and addressing different behaviors, lots of unhealthy behaviors that I was engaging in. Grieving is very hard, and it's been about going on 8 years now that I experienced this loss. And about a year later, I started going to therapy. Therapy provided an opportunity for me to work through that heartbreak and that grieving. But the more that I developed my relationship with my therapist, the more that I realized that there was so many other experiences that were affecting how I was showing up in the present, and most importantly, affecting my relationship with myself. Over the last 8 years, I've had a variety of therapists, and each of those relationships has been very different, but they've been an opportunity for me to, again, strengthen that relationship I have with myself. Most recently, I have a new therapist, and we have been working through a challenge of mine that I have most recently realized is a challenge. and that is communication. I have a new romantic partner in my life, and although we are not official, I'm not sure, do people still ask everyone to be their girlfriend? I don't know, I'm waiting. But one thing that I do know and that I feel already is that having this person by my side, I'm already feeling like that better version of myself. Better yet, this person is challenging me to be a better version of myself. And with the work that I'm doing in therapy, I've been able to communicate my feelings. I didn't know that the reason I couldn't communicate my feelings was because I didn't even know what I was feeling. I thought it was just anger, happiness, sadness. Little did I know it went beyond that. Abandonment, isolation, all of these different emotions and feelings. Communicating that to my new partner and feeling comfortable expressing myself because of the work that I've done with myself have allowed me to show up for myself and for others in a much better way. There are lots of things that we can do to strengthen our relationship with ourselves. Meditation, yoga, therapy, reading, running, so many things. So, thank you for listening to my story, but tonight I'd like to challenge you all to look inward and to take time to see how can you strengthen your relationship with yourself. Take yourself on a date. Look at yourself in the mirror. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Sign up for a yoga class. Meditate. Sit with your thoughts. All of this can add up and over time allow you to fall in love with yourself, because at the end of the day, that's all you got. Thank you.